Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. Am I audible?
Yeah, sir, audible.
Yeah, audible, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for the confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah, in the last class we discussed about couple of abbreviations or full forms. In the today class we are going to discuss about definitions. So whatever in the last class I provided full forms, same thing we are going to discuss about in the definition point of view. So these definitions are compulsory interview questions, guys. Each and every definition is interview question. So let's start now. First one is a LAN. So LAN full form is local area network. You know already. So what is this local area network? It is a computer network. What exactly it will do? It will interconnect different types of computers in a limited area. So that limited area may be, example, may be considered one of the university or one of the college or one of the hospital or one of the retail shop, one of the company and so on. So maybe it is required internet or may not be it is required internet. Okay. So example, you can see this particular diagram. Last time also I have shown this diagram. So this is server basically. This server is connected to single location that is a limited area using optical fiber cable or maybe using RJ45 or Ethernet cable. They connected to laptop, they connected to another desktop, and also they connect to another laptop and so on. In the limited area or maybe in any area, so if we're connecting together all the computers, when you say computer, don't think about only just one laptop. So it is like a laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop or database server or application server, okay, load balancer or printer or router or switch and so on. All these we can call it as a computer devices basically. So computer means not just laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop. It is all together. So all the network devices. So all the servers, all the databases, all the computers, all the networks. Okay. So routers, switches, all the networking devices in limited area that is called LAN. So how we can define this one? It is a computer network. It will interconnects all the computers in limited area. So that limited area may be example. You can take one retail shop, maybe more market or any other market, or maybe you can think about one school, or maybe you can think one hospital, or maybe you can think one college and so on. So here, what is the keyword here is a limited area. So it will use maybe internet or may not be internet. Maybe internet or may not be. It's not necessary. It's like optional. So that is called local area network. Second one is WAN, wide area network. So it is also computer network. It will connect different computer network across the globe or across the universe or across the geographical location using public internet or using public network. So for WAN and also MAN, compulsory internet is a mandatory. So that internet couple of times will refer as a public network. Okay. So example, as I said, different continents or different countries or different cities or different areas. If we want to connect together all those computer devices, so obviously VPN is a mandatory virtual private network, and also internet is a mandatory. Without internet, we cannot connect one computer with another computer in different locations. So that is called WAN. What is the keyword you have to remember? It's a public network across the geographical location using internet. So that is what you have to remember. It is a computer network. It will connect all the computers across the different geographical location. Okay, so the geographical locations may be, as I said, so different continents or different countries or different cities. So we can say, note, LAN is a subset of WAN. Meaning here, maybe your office is located in the USA, your office is located in the Singapore, your office is located in Netherlands, and our office is located in Mumbai. Every time I will refer only these countries. Why? Because most of the companies' data centers are located in these countries only. Example, in North America, USA, in South America, Brazil. Okay. So in Middle East, Dubai, and in Asia Pacific, Singapore, and also Mumbai, and in Europe, Netherlands. Most of the companies, okay, multinational companies, data centers are located in these places only. Singapore, Netherlands, okay, so USA, and also UK also, UK. So then India, obviously. Okay, so these are all the multiple countries, most of the companies' data centers are located. Okay, so example for WAN, our company, as I said, it is located in USA and also it is located in the Singapore, Netherlands, India, Dubai, and so on. If you want to connect it together all those different LANs, then that particular network, we can call it as a WAN. So what is the keyword we have to remember? Using public network or using internet. So this is the keyword you have to remember. Internet is a mandatory for the WAN. Okay. So example diagram, you can see here, maybe first LAN 1 is belongs to USA, LAN 2 is belongs to Singapore, LAN 3 is belongs to Mumbai, LAN 4 is belongs to Netherlands. If you want to connect all those different countries computer network, then obviously internet is a mandatory public network. So that public network also, once again, we have to use a VPN, virtual private network. It will provide secure way of communication that we can see later. Okay, so that is about WAN. So that's why I said LAN is a subset of WAN. Next one is a MAN. Metropolitan Area Network. So here also same thing, only one thing is different. It is metropolitan cities within a city or maybe within a country. Okay, so it is a computer network. It will connect all the computers across the cities or areas within a city using public network or internet. So example, maybe consider in our India, metropolitan cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. So for these locations, our company is located. If you want to connect it together, all those different cities, then we can call it as a MAN. Not only that one, even we can define another way also. So our office is located in High Tech City or Kukatpalli or Madhapur or maybe Gachibowli. If you want to connect it together, all those office locations, so that network also we can call it as a MAN. Okay, what is the keyword here? Public network. Once again, internet is a mandatory. So note once again, LAN is a subset of MAN. Even MAN is a subset of WAN. Okay, so that is about LAN, WAN, and MAN. So especially WAN is very, very important. Why? Because most of our network attacks or cyber attack or application attacks will come through WAN only. Attacker will use internet connectivity and he will use a phishing emails or driver downloads or maybe the removable devices or port scanning mechanism. So he will send those particular malwares into our endpoints. Finally, he will hack that particular system or server or database or application and so on. So that's why for these hacking part, internet is a mandatory. So couple of servers will not face internet. for whatever servers we are not facing internet, so attack mitigation or attack vector or attack surface is very, very limited. I will explain later that one. Give me some time. Next one is a log. So log is nothing but, I already told you, it is a computer recorded activity. Computer recorded activity. So any team or any employee, so 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, if they are working, so they will do their roles and responsibilities. Example, HR team or talent acquisition team, they will take care of the calling the respective candidates and also preparing the offer letters and also scheduling the interviews and so on. Their roles and responsibility related to recruiting the people. In the similar way, product development team and application development team, they will develop the code. In the similar way, legal team, they will go and they will see what our company we are establishing. So whether they are following statutory as well as regulatory compliances or not. In the similar way, cybersecurity team, they will monitor 24/7 and they will see is there any attacks are happening or not. Testing team, they will do the testing of all those applications and features, whatever it is coming to the application or product or mobile and so on. So their roles and responsibility, everything is like action. That particular action we can represent nothing but log. It's a computer recorded activity. In our laptop, if we want to see what our logs are generating, where we have to go? We have to go to event viewer. Event viewer. Example, in my laptop, if I want to see what are the logs are generating backend, I have to go to search button and I have to click on event viewer. Okay. So that may be anything. So once you are switching on your laptop to entering username and password till you are switching off particular laptop or shutting down entire system. So backend some of the logs will be generated. Right now I'm showing my logs, whatever it is generating backend. So you can see here Windows logs because right now I'm using Windows laptop. So Windows logs, there are different types of category we have. One is application logs, one is security logs, one is setup logs, system logs, and so on. So these are all the different types of logs. Whatever work I'm trying to do from morning to evening, all those logs will be recorded here. Okay, it's like a computer recorded activity is called as a log, or computer recorded action is called a log. Whatever you will do. So all those logs will be generated backend. So example, you can go to security. In the security, so here there are different types of audit success or audit failure or special logon and so on. Example 4624. 4624 event ID number is belongs to authentication success. Authentication success. You can see here an account was successfully logged on. An account was successfully logged on. That means you can go and you can see when this particular log is recorded. It is happened 5th February. You can see 5/2/2023, 1856, 56 seconds. That means I switched on my computer around 6:56. 1856 means 6:56. That particular time I logged into the system. So after that, whatever application I accessed, whatever Zoom links I created, whatever Google Drive I accessed, everything it will show. Okay. So this is also one of the interior question. Event ID 4624 is belongs to. What is the event ID 4624 is belongs to? An account was successfully logged on. An account was successfully logged on. It's a computer record activity. It will give the everything. It will give whatever system I logged in and what is the login ID and also what is the system name, computer name, even timestamp and so on. Okay. I'm not going to in depth. In future, I will discuss about SIM. There we can discuss. So what is the log? It's a computer record activity or action. So backend, all these logs will be generated. All these logs only we have to integrate it to SIM tool. Okay, using different types of log integration methods. Example. Windows laptop logs. What are the different types of logs we have seen just now? One is application logs. One is audit or security. Next one is system. Next one is configuration. So these are all the different types of logs we have seen just now in the Windows operating system. Okay, in my computer, not only in my computer, every computer. So these are all the different types of logs normally we will see. Okay, so these are all computer record activity. These logs only we will integrate it to SIM tool. So that is called log. It's an entire question. Next one, SIM tool or SIM otherwise. Full form is security, information, and event management. Security, information, and event management. So what exactly SIM tool will do? It will do log collection. It will do log processing. It will do log analysis. It will do log alerting. It will do incident log monitoring. Sorry, here log monitoring. It will do instant alert notification generation. So that is called SIM tool. So first, what exactly SIM tool it will do? It will do log collection, nothing but whatever different types of computer network in our organization we are using. Maybe in our organization, we have 5,000 employees are there. All those 5,000 employees logs we have to integrate it to SIM tool. We have 20 servers are there. All those 20 servers logs we have to integrate it to SIM tool. We have 10 applications are there. All those 10 application logs we have to integrate it to SIM tool. Integration is about collection. Okay. All those different types of end user logs, network logs, application logs, cloud logs, server logs, database logs, everything we have to integrate it to SIM tool. That is called log collection. After integrating or after sending or after collecting, what exactly SIM tool will do? It will do processing. What are logs we are sending? It will do processing of the logs. After processing, it will do the analysis. So that's why we are required. That's why we are required. Log analysis will be done by security analyst. Whenever any abnormal activity it's happen, log monitoring, it will do log monitoring by SIM tool once again. Finally, so whenever any hacking it's happened or whenever any abnormal or malicious or suspicious activity will happen, SIM tool, it will generate the alert notification. Okay, it will come notification nothing but it will come as email, or maybe we can see in the SIM tool itself directly. So once those alerts are receiving the SIM tool as a L1 team or L2 team or L3 team, otherwise tier 1 team or tier 2 team and tier 3 team, we have to do the instant investigation. So that is called SIM. Okay. Next one is SOC. So SOC is full form is security operation center. It is like a control room. Example, I told you about airport. I told about ISRO. I told about, okay. So train monitoring or rocket monitoring or maybe flight monitoring and so on. Bus monitoring also. In the similar way, what security operations center team will do, we will take care of security monitoring. Okay, we'll take care of security monitoring, and whenever any hacking it's happened, we will do the computer investigation. Okay, it is a dedicated site or room where cyber security analysts will sit and will monitor 24 bar into 7 into 365 days. Nothing but each and every second we have to monitor. And whenever any security instance or alerts will come, they will take care of incident investigation or forensic investigation. So that is called SOC. It is a room or site. Our cyber security analyst or information security analyst, they will sit and they will monitor 24 bar 7. Not only L1 team, L1 team, L2 team, and L3 team. Along with these three different types of members, our SOC manager also will sit with us. And whenever these hacking will happen, those alerts will come to our SIM tool as a notification. And finally, we will take care of the instant investigation. That is also called as a forensic investigation. When you say forensic investigation, it is a step-by-step process of instant analysis or instant investigation. Example, in our day-to-day practical life, whenever any murder or any suicide attempt has happened, how these police department like a criminal bureau investigation team or federal bureau investigation team, they will come and they will take care of the total end-to-end analysis or end-to-end investigation. Where, when, how that murder is happened, whether really it is a murder or suicide attempt and so on. So how they are doing the instant, I mean, so murder investigation or any investigation, same way we will do the computer investigation. That is the only difference. We'll do the computer investigation, they will do the people investigation. Just you can compare these two, then you will understand easily. Okay, so that is called SOC. So in SOC, in the wall mounted way, they will put couple of televisions also. Example, you are going to the airport, or maybe you are going to the railway station, or you are going to the bus stations, they'll put couple of tapes, couple of televisions, sorry, TVs, and they will check the, okay, what is departure time and what is arrival time. Okay, in the same way, even in SOC also, we will deploy our respective televisions. Whenever alerts will come, it will appear on those televisions or TVs. So once those things it will appear, finally we'll take care of the computer investigation. That computer investigation is called as forensic investigation or instant investigation. Finally, we can conclude that whether really happened that particular instant or hacking or attack, or whether it is a false or whether it is a real. So that's what we will do the analysis. That is called SOC. Next one is DC. So DC is nothing but a data center. One more definition also we have, or one more acronym also we have, that is called domain control. That is different. So data center, it is a physical room or site where our network devices we will deploy or we will establish. That is called data center. So for this one, dedicated to one room is required, ventilation is required, air conditioner is required, fans are required, one dedicated site engineer also required. Okay, and also outside of the data center, we have to do plantation. Why? Because whenever any burning will happen, entire company data we can lose or we can lost. So that's why we have to make sure that ventilation is okay, as well as air conditioner and also lighting. Okay, and also with neat and hygienic cable connections and so on. So that is called data center. It is a physical site or room where our network devices, when you say network devices, as I said, not only just computers, everything, routers, switches, load balancers, servers, databases, applications, and so on, will deploy or establish. So that is called data center. So it is on-premise, on-premise. Okay. Data center also called it as on-premise. On-site interviews means face-to-face interview, right? It's not like virtual interviews. On-premise also called as a data center. Opposite to data center is cloud. Okay. So for this one, obviously, as I said, AC is a mandatory. Why? Because all these network devices, it will dissipate a lot of heat. Okay. So AC is a mandatory in data center. We have to deploy below things as well. So what are the different types of additional things we have to take care? One is air conditioner. Second one is ventilation. Third one is lighting. Fourth one is fans. Fifth one is carbon dioxide cylinders, because whenever any burning happen, so these cylinders will prevent that particular burning. Next one, outside of the data center, we have to make sure that plantation. Okay, so these are the couple of things we have to make sure that, okay, we have to implement all these or we have to deploy. Whenever any disaster will happen, we will not lose the data. Whenever any burning will come, we will not lose the data if you are putting all these. Okay, so that is called data center, guys. Next one, we have one more DC, that is called domain controller. Domain controller. Okay, so it is a centralized authentication and authorization server. Inter question, this one important. So this is also important. SOC. This is also important. SIM. Yeah. So domain account is centralized authentication authorization server. So nothing but whenever any employee, they are trying to give the username and password, domain controller will validate whether that particular employee belongs to our organization or not. Example, TCS domain or Wipro domain or Capgemini domain or Mindtree domain and so on. When you're onboarding any company, first and foremost, corporate IT team or help desk team or whoever managing the laptops, they can make sure that whether your name, username is registered and also your which part you are belongs to. Okay. Finally, they will put under respect to company domain. Then they will dispatch your laptop or asset to your wherever you are located. Otherwise, couple of companies, they'll ask come and collect from the respect to so and so location. Okay. If your username is existing in domain of the respective company, then only you are able to log into the respective laptop. Otherwise, you are not able to. Couple of times, whenever you are entering the username and password, it will throw some of the errors stating that you are not a part of domain. That means whoever configured the laptop, that people forgot they forgot they want to put in the respective domain. Okay. Who will take care of this one? Basically, corporate IT team or service desk team or help desk team. So these people, they will take care whether so and so person is belongs to so and so team, and finally whether that particular employee belongs to domain or not. Okay. So that is called domain controller. It is centralized authentication authorization server. It will validate whether you are belongs to that particular company or not. Okay. So that is called DC. Example, maybe you are selected for TCS as a cyber security analyst. So whenever you are onboarding in a company, maybe today you are onboarded. So within a week, you will receive the asset, right? So there, your username and also your password and also your computer name and also your domain name, everything they will configure in that particular laptop. Otherwise, you are not able to access the respective laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop, whatever asset they provided to you. Okay. So once they provided, obviously username and password you have to enter. Then DC will validate your credentials, whether you are a part of that particular TCS company or not. In case your username and password not existing the domain controller, you are not able to access. Then finally, how to call toll-free number of the corporate IT or service desk team or help desk team. And finally, you have to ask, so this is the error I'm getting. Could you please resolve? Finally, they will go and they will configure your name. It's a part of domain controller. Then they will reset the password and they will give back to you. Then finally, you are able to access your laptop or asset. So that is the process, guys. Why I'm saying this particular in-depth analysis? This is what will happen regularly. Most of the people, even experienced people also, they will face couple of times these errors, not only just pressures. Okay, so that is called DC. Next one is authentication, because authentication and authorization, these two also inter-equations. providing the username and password. So providing username and password, we can call it the credentials. Providing username and passwords, we can call it the credentials. Whenever we are say credentials, nothing but username and password. Providing the username and password and log into either system or computer or server or database or application or cloud and so on. So that is called authentication. Authentication always will verify identity of the person. Identity of the person. Example, if you want to log into your system or maybe Facebook, you can consider. If you want to log into your laptop, obviously you will enter username and password. Then you are able to log into that particular system. It is providing authenticity, nothing but identity of the end user. In the similar way, if you want to log into your Facebook, you will enter the either mobile number or maybe email address. And next one is a password and you will click on login button. Then Facebook backend database server will validate whether this particular user is belongs to Facebook or not. First of all, that particular end user or client, whether he has Facebook account or not. Nothing but Facebook server is validating whether you have account or not, whether you are existing in the database or not. So nothing but identity of the person. As per CISSP, this is called who am I? Who am I? Identity of the person. Note I'm putting. Authentication will provide identity of the user. Okay. So how we can say this particular terminology or technical terminology, who am I? As per CISSP, identity. So that is called authentication. Authentication always from user side. Always from user side. Nothing but every employee basically. Next one is authorization. So authorization, it's completely from backend server. Backend server. Backend server, it will validate whether you are existing in the database or not. It will provide the permission or granting. Okay. So that one will be done by backend server. Okay. So that is called authorization. Authorization always from the backend server. Example, you don't have Facebook account and you are giving your email and some random password. Do you think that you are able to log into the Facebook account? No, it's not possible. Why? Because you are not existing the database account of the Facebook. So now authorization backend server of the Facebook will validate after entering your username and also password whether your account exists in database of the Facebook or not. Nothing but it is providing permission or it is providing access or it is providing granting to access the Facebook application. That is called authorization. Authorization always from backend server. Okay. Authorization is nothing but providing access or permission or grants by backend server. Okay. Instead of providing, I can say validating. That is a good word. It will validate. Backend server will validate your authorization request. Nothing but your authentication request is a valid and you are right candidate to access the respective account or not. Not only just Facebook, any database server, any laptop or MacBook or workstation, all those things will be validated by so backend so server. In this scenario, domain controller. Example, if it is laptop, domain controller will validate whether you are belongs to respective company or not. That is called authorization. So note authorization always from backend server. So here, who are you? As per CISSP, so authorization is nothing but who are you? Okay. So server will validate who are you. So that is as per CISSP. So next one, CIA. You know what is full form? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Enter a question, guys. CIA, it's very, very important. So we can discuss about these three. What is confidentiality? It's very, very important, this one. As for interview pointer, what is CIA triad? What is CIA triad? Confidentiality. First one is confidentiality, privacy of the data. That is called, in simple words, we can call it as a privacy of the data. Okay. In full-fledged way, only authorized people, only authorized users can access the data. Nothing but unauthorized people cannot access the data. That is called confidentiality. Only authorized users can access the data. Unauthorized people should not access the data. Okay. So that is called confidential. Privacy of the data is called confidentiality. So next one is integrity. Integrity is in general word or general meaning, trustworthy of the data. Only authorized users can add or delete or modify or update the data. So indirectly, how we can say unauthorized people should not delete or update or modify the data. So that is called integrity. So in the endpoint security, we have FIM is one of the solution is there. FIM, file integrity monitoring. So why we have to validate file integrities? Because most of the malware category of the attacks will come through, okay, files only. So this hacker, what exactly he will do? He will inject the malware into the end user system. Injection is nothing but so inserting of the data, inserting of the data, obviously adding of the data. That's why whatever files end user is downloading, we have to validate integrity of the file. Okay, finally, whenever any abnormal files or malicious files or suspicious files user is downloading or copying or deleting or updating, alert notifications will come. That's why we have to monitor integrity. Okay. Only authorized people or users can delete or update or modify. Unauthorized people should not add or delete or modify or do alteration. That is called integrity. We can discuss once again in future, don't worry. Availability, always services or application access should be available to end users or customers without any business disruption or impact. So that is called availability. Okay. So nothing but example, one of the application developers is developing code in Azure DevOps or GitHub or Jenkins. So that particular code, wherever he's downloading or updating or modifying in GitHub, if that particular application is not available, whether will he do work? It's not possible. In the similar way, one of the HR portal, example Workday or some other portal, HR team, they are going and they are filling all those candidate related details. That application is not available. Whether HR team is able to provide or filling the data, it's not possible. In the similar way, you are working on cybersecurity SOC operations using SIM tool. SIM tool is completely down. Take of the instant investigations, it's not possible. It's called availability, guys. Okay. So service or applications or server or databases actually be available without any business outage. When you say outage, unavailable. Unavailable. Okay. Business disruptions meaning here without any outage. A couple of times when you are going to the ATM card or ATM machine, or maybe couple of applications also, it will show service is unavailable. What is mean by that one? We are not able to access the application or we are not able to withdraw the money. That is nothing but availability issue. So as per the security best practices, note, as per security best practices, always service should be available 99.59% out of 100 percentage, 99.59. So that is as per security based practices, always application should be available. If I want to give practical example once again, maybe take Flipkart or Amazon or Swiggy or maybe Zomato or Uber or Rapido and so on. Even for 1 minute outage of this particular application, okay, there are a lot of millions of the business loss to that particular companies, right? Example, take Amazon.com or Amazon.India. All over the worldwide, 195 countries, they'll place the orders in each and every minute. 1 minute is outage of, or maybe 1 minute unavailable application is there, part of Amazon. So obviously they will not receive the orders because of that particular availability issue. They will lose. Okay. So one popular of service, DOS attack. Okay. So these are all compulsory interior question. Most of the interiors we can expect this one. Next one is encryption. Encryption. So this is also one of the interior question. They will not ask this one, but they will ask what is the difference between encryption and hashing. Okay. So encryption. Encryption meaning here in simple words, providing the password or key. In simple words, we can call it as a providing the password or key. So that is called encryption. In the computer terminology, if you want to say encryption, the process of converting plain text data into encrypted data using some algorithm and also using some password or key. So that is called encryption. So we are converting plain text data into encrypted data using computer algorithm and also using password. Password is the main keyword here. Password also called as a key. Okay. In our practical day-to-day example, so downloading your bank statement, downloading your credit card statement, downloading your Aadhaar card, or downloading your income tax declaration document, and so on. So they will encrypt respect to bank or respect to UIDAI portal related to Aadhaar, or maybe respect to income tax portal. They will encrypt the password, and we are decrypting that particular file. Okay, opposite encryption is decryption. Okay, so that is called encryption. Okay, so how we can say this one? The process of converting plain text data into encrypted data using some of the algorithm and also using some of the password or key. So your password or key is a keyword. So opposite encryption, note, Opposite to encryption is decryption. Now mathematically, direction is possible. So even we can decrypt also. So we can encrypt and also we can decrypt. Okay. Mathematically is two-way function. Encrypting is one-way function. Decrypting is one-way function. Reverse also possible. As I said, credit card statement, if you want to download, that is called decryption. Reverse we are doing. Bank, they normally they will encrypt the data and they will send that particular statement to us. So mathematically, this is two-way function because reverse also possible. It is two-way function. One way is encryption, one way is decryption. That's what is two-way function. Bidirectional basically. So that is called encryption. Okay. So how we can define now decryption? The process of converting encrypted password or key, that is called decryption. Okay. So opposite encryption, decryption, correct? So the process of converting encrypted data into plain text data using some of the password or key, that is called decryption. I'll provide that one also otherwise. So decryption, the process of converting encrypted data into plain text data using algorithm and also using password or key. That is called decryption. Okay. So already I provided opposite encryption, decryption opposite encryption. Mathematically is a two-way function. Next one we have ARP. ARP full form is address resolution protocol. So this is also entire question. So what exactly ARP protocol it will do? It will convert layer 3 IP address into layer 2 MAC address. Otherwise it will map. So layer 3 meaning here as per OSL layers. OSL layers, we did not discuss OSL layers yet. So we are going to discuss OSL layers day after tomorrow. Okay. So what exactly address resolution protocol it will do? It will convert or map IP address of layer 3 to MAC address of layer 2. Okay, that is called ERP. Also called ARP. Also called as ARP. Okay. It will convert layer 3 address. Layer 3 address is nothing but IP address. Address to layer 2 address. Nothing but MAC address. It will convert or it will map otherwise. Convert or map. It will convert or map layer 3 IP address to layer 2 MAC address. Layer 3 is a network layer. Layer 2 is a data link layer. So that resolution or conversion or mapping is called as address resolution protocol. Okay. So why we have to map or why we have to convert? Because whatever traffic is coming as inbound and whatever traffic is going as outbound, always it has to convert. Then only it will go traffic outside. Okay. So that's why we have to do mapping or conversion. Otherwise, traffic we cannot receive or traffic we cannot send. Okay. So opposite to ARP is RARP. Opposite ARP is RARP. Reverse address resolution protocol. Reverse address resolution protocol opposite to ARP. That means it will convert layer 2 MAC address opposite to above one, basically opposite to this one. MAC address to layer 3 IP address. So that is called RARP. Okay, it will convert layer 2 MAC address to layer 3 IP address. So that is called RARP. If I want to show practically, okay, in my laptop, how this particular ARP is mapped. Okay, just you can open command prompt. So this is command prompt. Command prompt, as I told you, yesterday class or day before yesterday class, always we have to remember the command. This is called command line interface. So this is my computer name. This is C folder. C folder users, and this is my computer name. Okay. So here we have to give ARP. Okay. So now you can see I give an ARP command. After giving command, it is provided some of the help. It displays and modifies the IP to physical address translation tables. Nothing but ARP table. You can see here itself it is showing IP to physical address. Nothing but physical address is called as a MAC address. Nothing but IP address to MAC address. So that is called ARP. Okay. In my laptop, if I want to show how this IP address is mapped to MAC address, so couple of help they provided. What is that help? You can see -A is belongs to displays current ARP entries. It will display, nothing but we can view. -Z, so same as -A, nothing but it will displace once again. -V, we can see ARP entries in verbose mode. It is one of the mode. And -N, it will displace ARP entries using network interface card. -D, it will delete. -A is a add or maybe display. -D is delete. -S is it will add and also it will associate internet address. So this is the help it is provided. Now I will go and I will give one more command. ARP space -A. So that's what they are saying, a display. That is the help they are giving. If you want to see what are the different types of ARP table or ARP mapping, it is happening or it is mapped or maybe it is resoluted in my laptop, I have to enter -A. So ARP, I provided space -A. Let's see. So I'm giving enter now. So ARP-A. So you can see now this is internet address, this is physical address. Physical address also called as a MAC address. Physical address is also called as a MAC address. So internet address is nothing but layer 3 address and physical address is called MAC address. So this is IP address, this is MAC address. Okay. This is IP address, layer 3 address. So this layer 2 address that is called MAC address. Now we have seen practically, right? There is no need to by heart anything. There is no need to memorize anything. So that is called ARP protocol. So it will convert or it will map. So internet address to physical address, or it will map IP address to MAC address. So that is called ARP. Okay. So command to verify ARP table in Windows machine. What is the command we entered? Command prompt ARP-A. So this is the command we entered. Okay. So that is about ARP table or ARP protocol or RARP. So opposite to this one is RARP, reverse. It will convert layer 3, nothing but physical address to layer 3 IP address. So next one is SMTP server. So full form is simple mail transfer protocol. Simple mail transfer protocol. So what exactly simple mail transfer protocol it will do? Obviously, this is called as mail transfer. Mail transfer meaning here, either sending or receiving. Maybe take example your Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail or Outlook. So why will use all these different types of email vendors, either to send an email or either to receive an email. So that's why we'll use. So that one in technology terminology or technical terminology is called SMTP server. Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail, all those are vendors or tools. Okay. So in practically that is called SMTP server. So why will use SMTP server? To send or receive an emails, we will use SMTP server. Okay. So alternative names for SMTP server. Alternative names or other names. What are other names for SMTP server? Exchange. Exchange server. Because we're exchanging the emails. We are exchanging the emails with other people. So that is called exchange also. SMTP also called exchange. This is also called as email server, obviously. Email server. Nothing but we are sending and also we are receiving. That's why we'll call email server also. Next one, this is also called UCS. UCS full form is Unified Communication Server. Unified Communication Server. And most of the organizations nowadays, 90% of the organizations, they will use Outlook or Office 365. It is from Microsoft. It is from Microsoft. O365 or Office 365 or Outlook. From who is the vendor? Microsoft. It's very famous. Most of the people will use this one. Even a couple of companies, they are using Gmail also. Okay, but as compared to Gmail, business point of view, so Microsoft side, it is less cost. That's why most of the organization, they are using this one, not only because of that one, Microsoft Team meetings, Microsoft Team chart. So there are a lot of other additional options also providing. So that's why most of the organizations, they are purchasing Office 365. So these many names are there for alternative names or other names for SMTP server. So why will use SMTP server? To receive or send an email, we will use SMTP server. Okay. Next one. FW. So FW full form is firewall. So what is the importance of firewall? So as I said, whenever firewall topic will come, you can remember your individual house. Your individual house. Okay. Or maybe even you can think about your apartment wherever you are staying, or maybe your room. Okay. So wherever your house is constructed, that one, it is like a trusted one. Okay, public property or public people, they should not enter. Okay, and a wall or fencing or gate will act as a wall. Outside of your building, whatever street or road or cement road or whatever road is there, that is called public property. Okay, so your fencing or your wall or your gate will act as a boundary between your public property and also your trusted house. So these are regular basis. Then how we can define firewall? So firewall we can define as a, it will monitor internal traffic, nothing but inbound traffic and outbound traffic. Meaning here, whatever traffic is coming as inbound traffic, whatever traffic is going outside as outbound traffic, it will monitor, and whenever any hacking it is happening, either it will block or allow, or maybe it will give alert notification. That is called firewall. Okay. So how we can define? It will monitor inbound traffic and outbound traffic. And based on the rules configured, either it will allow or block or alert the traffic. Nothing but either it will allow if it is something abnormal activity. If it is genuine activity, it will block. Sorry, it is allow if it is genuine activity or legitimate activity. It will block if it is abnormal or something hacking is happening. It is suspecting. Okay, but it is suspecting. Then it will go alert notification. That is called firewall. Okay, it will monitor inbound traffic and outbound traffic. Now, what is inbound traffic? Inbound traffic is equivalent to incoming call. Incoming call. Example, I'm calling you in mobile. In that scenario, the call is coming from outside to inside. Outside person, I'm outside person, I'm calling to your mobile, you are inside person. So like incoming call. The call is going from inside to outside, from you to other people. That is called outgoing call, right? Same way, inbound traffic meaning here, the traffic is coming from external to internal. That is called inbound traffic or incoming traffic. Okay. The traffic is coming from external to internal is called as incoming traffic or inbound. Better you can use inbound. It is a technical terminology. So that is called inbound. Example, maybe. Okay. Now, right now I am outside person to TCS company. So I'll open TCS careers. So I'm clicking on TCS careers. Now I want to apply one of the job in TCS careers otherwise. So I open TCS. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I clicked on now TCS careers. I am going to TCS careers. I want to apply as a fresher or maybe as a India location. Okay, I am going to career page now as a fresher or maybe as an experienced one. Now I am outsider to the TCS company. In this scenario, so whatever website or application I'm trying to access, so it will form or it will go in the form of IP packets. That IP packets we can call it as a traffic. Now the traffic it's going from outside or public network to TCS company wherever this application is hosted, wherever this website is hosted. This is called inbound traffic to TCS company. Okay, is it clear or not? I'm outside person. I'm trying to apply one of the job in TCS career portal. Now I'm outsider to the TCS company. Now traffic is going from outside to the inside organization using public network. That is called incoming or inbound traffic to TCS company. Okay. In the similar way, now TCS employee, you are a part of TCS company now. You are trying to access google.com. In that scenario, the traffic will go from inside TCS company to the external public network as a google.com and you're able to access google.com. So that is called outbound traffic or outgoing traffic. That is practical example, guys. Okay. So how we can define this one now? Any public internet. Maybe you are a part of TCS High-Tech City. You are trying to access Facebook or you are trying to access Twitter. In that scenario, that is called outbound traffic or outgoing traffic. If internal employee, if something is trying to access public network, that is called outgoing traffic or outbound traffic. If some of the clients or customers, they are trying to access our internal applications or internal data or sending an email, that is called internal traffic. Not only just website, even mails also. Okay, just I'm giving one of the example as a website or application. So outbound traffic. The traffic is going away from inside organization to external or untrust or public. is called as outbound traffic or outgoing traffic. All these are firewall topic, guys. All these are firewall topics. Okay. So next one, if you are summing these two, when you say sum add, sum is nothing but add. So if you are summing these two, you can call it net flow data. Net flow. Net is nothing but overall. Net is nothing but overall. Example, maybe your BTech or Bachelor of Degree, all these semester marks we can call aggregate, right? Nothing but net overall semester marks. Here also net flow. Inbound plus outbound traffic is called as net flow data. Inbound traffic plus outbound traffic, we can call it as net flow data. The sum of inbound traffic and also outbound traffic is called as net flow data. Net is nothing but overall or sum. Okay. The sum of inbound traffic or outbound traffic is called as net flow. So who provided this net flow term or word or acronym? Note, net flow word is provided by Cisco company. You know, right? Cisco is the world biggest networking based company. Okay. Work culture also very, very nice. Most of the people dream job also to work in Cisco. Okay. So this net flow terminology or word is provided by Cisco company. If you are using Cisco routers and switches, Cisco routers and switches, example, Cisco 2500 router, Cisco 2500 router. So this is one of the router. Images, I will go images. So this is one of the router, Cisco 2500 router. In our organization, if we are using Cisco 2005 routers and also switches, we can call it a net flow data. Net flow data. Okay. What about HP routers and HP switches we are using, or Juniper routers and Juniper switches we are using? Okay. IBM routers and IBM switches we are using. All these companies are Huawei also. Okay. So if are using, I'll put here itself in bracket. If you are using Cisco routers and switches, that particular traffic we can call it as net flow data. If you are using Juniper routers and Juniper switches, we can call it JFlow data. JFlow, Juniper flow. Okay. If you are using in our organizational level, example, instead of Cisco, I deployed it or I purchased Juniper router and Juniper switches to broadcast the traffic. Then we can call it as Juniper flow or JFlow. If you are using HP routers and HP switches, we can call it as not H flow, we can call it as S flow or S flow. If we are using HP routers and HP switches, we can call it S flow or S flow. Okay. If you are using IBM routers and IBM switches, obviously net flow. If you are in Huawei, China-based networking company, so we can call it as once again net flow only. There is no other terminology those companies is provided. Okay. So net flow only we will use regularly because so Cisco is long back they identified these routers and switches. Long time they discovered as well as they found it all these routers and switches. So most of the cases, instead of Juniper or JFlow or HP routers and switches, common word is net flow data or net flow. Even this net flow data also we have to integrate it to our SIM tool, not only logs. So what is the SIM tool definition we provided? It is a log collection, log analysis, log processing, log monitoring, and alert notification tool. That is called SIM tool. Not only logs, even we have to integrate our flow also. Example, net flow data also we have to integrate it to SIM tool in the form of IP packets. In the form of IP packets. Next one is the traffic. So traffic is nothing but traffic will flow in the form of IP packets. Whatever mail you are sending, whatever website you are accessing, whatever server you are accessing, whatever system you are accessing, everything it will traverse using network layer in the form of IP packets. So messages, everything. Example, maybe you are sending one of the WhatsApp messages to me. So that one also will flow in the form of IP packets only. IP packets only. Okay. So that is called traffic basically. So IP packets in the form of which layer? Network layer that we can discuss part of OS layers. Next one is abnormal or malicious or suspicious. Abnormal or malicious or suspicious. So here entire question is firewall, guys. Important entire question is firewall. So abnormal or malicious or suspicious is nothing but dangerous. It will do harmful or dangerous things to the organization. That is called abnormal or malicious or suspicious. Something harm is going to happen. That is called abnormal. Give me 1 second, only 1 second. Give me 1 second. So that is about abnormal or malicious or suspicious. Next one is threat actor or attacker or intruder or adversary or also called a hacker. So threat actor or attacker or intruder or hacker or adversary. Interior question, what is threat actor? Interior question, what is threat actor or what is adversary? Nothing but he or she is trying to do some of the hacking part. Okay, he's called hacker or intruder or attacker or threat actor. So why they will do hacking part? Obviously, to gain unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure or maybe money purpose. So that is called threat actor. Threat actor or adversary or intruder or hacker or attacker is a person will do hacking to get unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is called attacker or threat actor or adversary or intruder. There are so many other names are there. It is also interior question. What is threat actor or what is adversary or what is hacker or what is intruder? So he will use couple of tactics and techniques and procedure. Finally, he will compromise our systems, our databases, our applications Then why he will do hacking part? Obviously, to gain unauthorized access, or maybe sensitive data exposure, or maybe to gain money. So that is called hacker. Okay, he's a person basically. He or she, not only he, she also. So that is about threat actor. Next one is vulnerability. Vulnerability, entire question. Any weakness in the system is called as vulnerability. Any weakness in a system is called vulnerability. Not only system, whenever we are saying system, don't think about only computer, guys. That's what I said, even when we are discussing about LAN also. When you say system or computer, it contains all the organization related information, or maybe data, or maybe computer, or maybe network, or maybe application, or maybe database, or maybe cloud, or maybe server, and so on. Any weakness. Okay, that weakness we can call it as a vulnerability. Example, CCTV cameras are not existing. CCTV cameras are not existing in the organization. We don't know who is coming and who is going on. Whenever any incident is happened, or whenever any stealing is happened, or whenever any robbery is happened, we don't know who has done what. That is weakness, right? CCTV cameras are not existing. That is called vulnerability only. One more example. In front of the organization or building, security guard is not there. In front of the organization or building, security guard or watchman is not there. Everybody will enter into the organization or building, they will take whatever they want. So this is also one of the weakness. Okay, they'll monitor who is coming and who is going, whether okay employee, okay, so ID card is there or not. That is their job. Okay, this is one of the weakness. In the similar way, antivirus agent is not working in one of the endpoint. In case if antivirus agent is not working in our laptop, you are trying to download one of the movie. Okay, that movie has any malware or any virus. Obviously, your system will get compromised. That is also one of the weakness. Okay, application developers not developing code correctly. Application development team or product development team, they are not developing code correctly. In that scenario, couple of application-based attacks will come. Okay, that is also one of the weakness. So these are all the even firewall. Not all things. There are so many vulnerabilities will be existing. There are so many vulnerabilities are existing. All these are weaknesses. All these are loopholes. All these are issues. All these are problems. Firewall misconfiguration rules. In firewall, we configure rules are wrongly. Obviously, so instead of blocking one thing, we are blocking another thing. Finally, end users are not able to access. That is also one of the weakness. That is called vulnerability, guys. Vulnerability means any weakness. So all these are couple of examples. Next one is threat.
RK garu.
Yes, please.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt in the middle. And how long is the class is going to take?
In another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes.
Okay,
Two
okay.
more
Thank you.
definitions I'll complete. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Thank you, RK garu. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So next one is threat. Threat is nothing but if these weaknesses attacker or intruder or attacker is identified, you will try to exploit. Okay. Example, CCTV cameras are not existing. Anybody, they will come and they'll take furniture or anything. So exploiting something. Okay. So exploiting vulnerability is called as threat. Example, antivirus agent is not working. In that scenario, hacker, they are trying to compromise our system. Okay, firewall misconfiguration rules. If firewall is not configured properly, it will hit the policy and finally our systems will get compromised also. So attacker will try to exploit these weaknesses and finally he will compromise our system. He will gain unauthorized access. Okay, so here note, attacker will identify weakness first and he will try to exploit the weakness. So that is called threat. Okay, this is also important interview question. Next one is risk. Okay, a risk is nothing but combination of threat into vulnerability. Vulnerability into threat is called as risk. One more definition we have, risk into, sorry, likelihood into impact or destruction of damage. Is called as risk. Okay, so either you can use this vulnerability into threat, okay, or likelihood into impact. Example, so risk assessment I told you. So risk assessment normally we will do for baseline as a 1 year. So that risk assessment we'll do for natural calamities like earthquakes or tufan or maybe tornadoes or tsunami and so on. In the application level, we'll do, is there any application development team? They are wrongly developing the code. In the similar endpoint level, network level, DevOps level. Okay, so everywhere we'll do risk assessment. So likelihood definition is how many times it will occur in a 1 year time. Likely, how many times? It will occur 1 year time period. So that is called likelihood. And impact. Because of this particular damage or because of a particular issue, what are the consequences? What are the consequences? Example, maybe your office is located, as I said, high-tech city, Madhapur or Gachibowli, Wipro. So due to earthquakes or due to tufans or maybe due to rains or floods, entire Wipro company is demolished or damaged. Because of that reason, what are the consequences related to finance, or is there any employees that died? Okay, so both financial impact as well as people impact. So that is called risk. Okay, so we have to concentrate both financial impact as well as people impact. If we are multiplying those two in 1 year time period, how much damage it will occur? Everything we can represent the financial, maybe $2 million or maybe $1 million or maybe $3 million and so on. That is risk to the organization. Okay, this is applicable to our personal life also. Example, health insurance or life insurance or warranty. We will take all those things. Why we will take? To reduce our risk. We cannot eliminate the risk, but we can reduce our risk. We are transferring the risk to third parties. Example, LIC or example, vehicle risk or and so on. Same thing is applicable to here as well. Okay, so threat, vulnerability and risk, it is inter question. Okay, so that's all about today, guys. So today, sorry, I took more than 1 hour. Okay, so because yesterday I did not take the class. So please go through all these definitions. Don't buy hat. Please understand the concepts. Please understand the concepts. Once again, we are going to discuss about all these. In future, we are going to discuss about all these. Okay. So that's all for today. And once again, tomorrow evening we'll continue at 7:30 or 7. So do you have any queries, guys? Did you get the access to Google Drive? Did you get the access to Google Drive?
Yeah, sir.
No, sir.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I will do after this call, I will give the Google Drive link. Just you can request the access, then I will approve.
Okay.
Sir, hello.
Yes, please.
Sir, we download అవ్వవా సార్ వీడియోస్?
అవుతాయి.
అదే అవ్వట్లేదు సార్. ఎలా డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలి సార్? అంటే ప్రీవియస్
Let me check and see. Let me check and I will come back.
ఓకే సార్.
Hi, okay.
Hi.
This is Nagu.
Hi, Nagul.
Actually, I have to ask you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Nagul Mira.
My passed out 2007.
Yeah.
And presently working in pharma field.
Yeah.
So I have to change into software side. Is this
Mm.
possible?
Yes, even 2005 and 2003 people also passed out and they are working. Sorry, they are working. I mean, they took the course and they are working right now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other?
Yeah. No, sir.
Any other questions? Have anyone? Okay, whoever did not get the access, please, I will give the request to Google Drive access. Just you can give the request so that I will approve it. Is it fine?
Okay, sir.
Fine, sir. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much and good night. See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Bye.